That is a pure case of self-defense. It's all bullshit. They dropped the weapons charge. But he crossed state lines with a. That's a Mann Act. He crossed state lines with a gun. He's not allowed to possess a gun, and that's all bullshit. That was all the media and Twitter lawyers with their utter horse shit. So the judge dismissed that. He wasn't allowing the prosecution to blatantly lie. He wasn't allowing the prosecution to argue points that are not allowed to be argued in a court in front of a jury. Why? Speculating as to why the defendant chose not to speak after he was arrested. That's it's the one everyone knows. You have the right to remain silent. The prosecutor can't question or put in the jury's minds anything that would lead them to assume that there's an element of guilt to the reason why he chose to remain silent. That is your fucking right. And there's no speculating in front of a jury as to why he chose to do that. And the lawyer fucking knew that. And the judge fucking knew it, and he gave him an earful about it. So, when you get prosecutors doing rookie shit like that, it's because they got nothing. They got nothing else to work with. So I do really hope this one goes the way it's supposed to and should, and this kid's acquitted. Because you just can't do that. And now they're threatening all kinds of hijinks and shenanigans if he is acquitted. Here is some protesters, I guess. You could just play these randomly. Well, whichever. I think there's 2 or 3 of them. People on site in Kenosha protesting.
But I met him at 5 o'clock that evening on that corner right over there. Yeah. He was standing there with an AR-15, and I asked him, "Are you protesting with us, or are you? What are you doing?" Because we had already got the Texas that they were out there, and he turned around and told me, "No, I'm here to protect brick and mortar." I said, "You here to protect brick and mortar over human life?" A man was shot 7 times in front of his kids.
Were they there?
In front of his children. Do you think that was right?
One and dones.
Really?
They are always one and done. They do not get rebroadcast.
No,
You're not able to pick it up on demand. I figure it's one of those moments that if you saw it as it was happening in context, it's fine. But there's no reason to have it out there.
Can I clarify? You're upstairs swimming while people are downstairs broadcasting from your home. Yes. There's camera equipment
Probably
and video
broadcasting
equipment.
horrible thoughts.
Of course.
Well, I wouldn't doubt it. Sure. And apparently Bobo.
What about a parental discretion is advised type thing, and then you can rebroadcast it?
No. I'd
Really,
rather just have it in the context.
All right.
That it was in. Yeah. Shit like that. Well, Bobo was there, of course.
Bobo got the big invite.
Bobo finally got the big invite.
Nice. He must have been very excited.
He was so excited. I figure, you know what? He did such a great job the Friday before vacation with the retarded Laverne and Shirley.
God, that show was great.
Oh, it was fantastic.
I forgot we did that show. That feels like months ago.
It's amazing. That I figured out, why not? Why not? We'll get the old Bobo in there. And he was a fucking disaster.
Why?
Just a disaster. He shows up and he's got his cousin with him.
Okay.
Hold on. Did you say why was he a disaster? Because he has autism.
He's on the spectrum.
Yeah. Wow. He's got a cousin with him, you know, and his cousin's a regular guy, you know, regular, normal.
Does he look
guy.
like Bobo?
Not at all.
Oh, okay.
No.
Some cousins look alike.
No, he didn't look like Bobo.
No.
And,
Holy shit, what's that?
It's Bobo. So, the first thing is, Bobo shows up, and apparently he didn't see the people that showed up right before him walk around the right side of my house to go into the yard. So I was told there's some guy wandering around in the front yard with a backpack on. He was just walking around on my front lawn. So I went to the door and ushered him in. Within 15 minutes, he was already like loud and a little buzzed.
Wow.
Yeah. Within 15 minutes.
Wow.
I'm like,
What was he doing? Shots?
No, he like just had I guess it was a screwdriver, vodka OJ, something like that.
And you gave him the address this time?
Yeah. What's he
He wasn't
gonna
on
do?
well,
Yeah,
because the last time he was
anyway,
there,
like a goldfish.
the last time he was there, he had to come with a bag on his head.
Yeah.
He didn't know where
Yeah,
the
we
house
put a
was.
bag on his head last time, so he wouldn't know the address.
And I'm like, why was he out of control? Did he do shots? What an idiot I am. On a regular day,
He's out of control.
It takes everything he can to keep his brain together.
Right. So he's,
So I
you
would
know,
imagine one beer in, and that's it.
Yeah. I mean, he's there by the fire pit area trying to have some kind of conversation with my Uncle Tony. My Uncle Tony's just looking like, what the fuck is this guy? And then I like the meds, and all right, he likes
Yeah, on the show, I wasn't on for a while, but then I got back on the fine. Shut up!
Shut up, cunts. It's Bobo time.
Oh, there it is, yes. Wow. And boy, was it Bobo time.
Yeah. He tends to take over.
Yeah, so I made sure I had taken his wallet, his watch, his keys, and his phone for safekeeping because you know he's going to jump in the pool, try to do something stupid, and ruin all of his stuff, and so I did that, and then he went downstairs and decided he was going to karaoke and do a little dancing, I guess. I don't know. He was fucking out of control, yelling at the top of his lungs, babbling, just babbling. So then I guess they thought it was a good idea to put him on the Compound Show, where he just started showing his ass and his micro penis. And people were horrified. I have guests.
Were they really horrified, though?
Yeah, some of them were.
What were you doing, by the way, while the autistic was broadcasting his dick and asshole from your home? What were you doing while this was happening? While the drunk autistic was broadcasting his asshole from your home?
I believe the answer to that is the backstroke.
You were upstairs taking a dip, were you?
Yeah, it's a little dip in the pool.
I like Jimmy's voice of reason because I get excited. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think it's cool as fuck. And Jimmy's like, what the fuck is
Just
wrong
the
with you
level of
people?
irresponsibility is almost staggering.
Almost staggering.
You think I would show some concern here, but I'm like, wow, sounds great.
It was a hell of a shindig.
He's showing his dick and balls and his asshole.
Yeah. It was,
Which I don't have a problem with. I just wonder where the host of the home is. You think the host would be there laughing with everyone instead of upstairs just fucking taking a dip in the pool.
it was a wonderful weather. The pool was great temperature.
So he's showing his dick, his balls, and his asshole, and what? Your aunt's trying to find the guacamole dip?
Yeah, something like that.
Love it.
Sure.
Right around the corner, there's just like normal behavior going on, normal party
In
behavior.
the kitchen area, you know, a lot of the ladies like to kibitz in the kitchen while there's somebody vomiting in my basement.
He vomited.
Yeah, Bobo then got so drunk.
Oh no!
That right there, and you could see on the compound footage. Well, you can't see because it won't get rebroadcast. But I watched it, and apparently somebody on the phones had told Bobo, "Hey, Bobo, what's that beer next to you? Chug it."
Oh, see.
And Bobo, listening to the callers, which is his mistake, picked up the glass and just chugged it. And then you could see him kind of looking around, his head's down, and then he just puked all over his lap and the floor.
I question that hasn't been raised yet, based on some of the video that we're starting to see.
Yeah.
Why is